Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball's pregame show. It's September 16th, 2020. My name's Jimmy. We got Trevor. We got Jake. Producer Zach. Two of us are in the Roosevelt Studios in the Bronx. That's RSVLTS. Two of us are not. It's up to you to figure it out. Whoever gets it right first wins something or nothing. Jake, how are you doing?
I'm good. I think we got to be careful with the something or nothings. I got yelled at by behind-the-scene Bill today because in one of the vlogs, I promised the top 10 comments we would send them a mask. So then Bill messaged me today and was like, hey, I got a lot of people hitting me up for masks from the vlog. So behind-the-scenes Bill, not too pleased with me. I'm doing well. Great night of sports last night. And boys, only baseball on the docket tonight. No foosball, no hockey, no basketball. It's just baseball today. So excited for that.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Trev, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I got a little problem with my eyeballs right now. They're a little red, a little scratchy, but luckily I got these cool glasses to help out a lot with it. So
you like something out of Goosebumps.
I went to an antique store yesterday just to get out of the house, and I saw these and I knew I had to have them. I mean, this is like a 90s staple. Like, if you weren't messing with holograms in the 90s, like, what were you doing?
Antique store had those?
Yeah. And dude, holograms, where have they gone? Like, I think we're trying to make them too cool now. Like, this is perfect for hologram, dude. Like, let's get some of this stuff back. Let's let the kids have some fun with it.
You look just like you're ready for Halloween.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm gonna take them off, but right now I'm just letting them ride. Big day in LA last night. Kawhi Leonard and Palmdale P got out of the playoffs. Clippers, they're never going to be the Lakers. I know this is a baseball show, but my goodness.
Always talking basketball in the baseball.
Talking basketball. Palmdale P was a neighbor of mine, but now he left, so I don't have to be nice to him anymore.
Wow.
Oh.
I have no idea.
It's Paul
to go with any of that.
Let's wow. More hologram stuff coming up later in the episode, so stay tuned.
Oh, wow.
Trev, all of your hair looks really good today.
Oh, shit. Yeah, thank you. I think it's this side.
I'd like to see one, maybe two cat scratches in them eyebrows, but other than that.
Jake, I don't know about your hair today.
Me either, Jim. It's got a really weird texture to it. I don't know what to do.
I mean, I don't want to use the word I'm about to use.
You can use it. I'll give you permission to use it.
But like that hair,
yeah,
and fresh shave,
okay,
and shirt combo just makes you look dweeby.
I look bad.
Which isn't your vibe ever.
I think you'd be surprised if you don't interact with me. If you just saw me on a regular day and like you saw me in CVS and a polo shorts and my look, you'd be like, I don't like that guy.
That's not what I said. I said dweeby.
Yeah.
I don't think that's your everyday.
I mean, it's short, it's fat, it's all right. What else you guys want to talk about?
I don't think it's too bad.
I can't smell.
Rick Moranis. Yeah.
Nose is off.
You know, Jim, a lot of people talking about your laundry hamper.
Yeah, man, people talking over it. Well, people just like commenting on whatever is in the background because then they're like, I got cool eyes. Like, I don't know what that is. I think it's so Mac doesn't get at it. It's a comforter because we had guests over and both beds were in use. So
also subtle flex of like all those books in the background. Like, that's pretty sick that you read.
Yeah, I'm an avid reader. Those aren't even on my books, Trev. It pains me.
I have a cleat in my background and a painting of a carrot.
So I love the carrot painting though.
Thank you.
I'm a big carrot painting fan.
All right.
Cool. I think I'm doing the East Coast today because Jake did it yesterday.
Get it, girl.
Here we go. The Cardinals aren't in the East Coast. But the Nationals and the Rays are, and they'll be playing. It's Austin Voth. Ooh, Jake, your dude Fairbanks is getting the pill to start the game. Going opener, the Rays are. I think the Rays won yesterday.
It's the only person in the world I look cooler than right now is Peter Fairbanks.
Give us a Fairbanks smile. Okay. Red Sox and Marlins. Mike Kickham versus Trevor Rogers going at it. I mean, the Red Sox haven't won 20 games yet. Will they? Yeah, probably. Blue Jays and the Yankees game 2. Blue Jays had a bit of a disaster yesterday. Now they go up against Garrett Cole with Tanner Roark, who they never let out of like the 4th inning. So that seems like a bad recipe for Blue Jays, but we'll see. The Mets and the Phillies, 2 old teammates facing off, DeGrom and Wheeler. Braves and Orioles. Hamels makes his return against Keigen. And I believe that's all. That's the entire East Coast. Eastern region is set.
What are you seeing, Trev? What catches your eye there, kid?
Well, that Mets
or what to watch for are in this.
Yeah,
Mets Phillies is my what to watch for. We'll go over that a little bit later. I'm excited to watch the Baby Jays take on Garrett Cole again. Garrett Cole, isn't he tied in the major league lead for home runs given up? We know the Baby Jays like to hit them.
They try.
Who am I kidding? Garrett Cole is going to dominate because he's Garrett Cole. He's an absolute stud. Other than that, I don't really got much for the East. I'm kind of there's not much to talk about. Cole Hamels, I think we're going to talk about that a little bit more.
Talk about him, yeah.
It's pretty funny that the Garrett Cole panic. If he shoves tonight, his numbers would be right in line with exactly what you'd think they'd be.
Yeah.
And Trev, I don't know if you know this, but it's looking like Aaron Judge is going to return tonight. So
you got your big boys back in the lineup. That'll be nice.
That's that always sends waves through Yankee land.
I sent a tweet out August 28th. I said, "Are the Yankees good?" They were in a skid. You guys were down in the dumps. All Yankees Twitter was, and now the Yankees, 6 games over 500. Got Cole going tonight. Got their big boys back. Playoffs right around the corner. I mean, this is right where we knew they would be.
And I hope they.
No, I wanted them to be the 1 seed and healthy.
I mean, they're healthy. Not the 1 seed. Not yet. They could be, dude.
No, they can't get the 1 seed.
Who's ahead right now? I mean, they probably can't.
I think the goal is to try to get that 4th seed with how good they've been at home. They're hot right now. Red Sox series comes after that. I do think that 4th seed, which would be home field in the first round, and that's all you kind of want. Mm-hmm. You might. They want to stay hot. I mean, they're going to line up their pitching staffs. We're going to see a lot of teams do that on the final week of the season. But, do
they play the Rays?
Would feel a lot better if those 3 games were at the stadium. So we'll see. They've put themselves in the running for that, which a week ago they were not.
People were talking like they were going to miss the playoffs. That was never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And this team now, all you got to do is get hot at the right time.
Well, I mean, I was about as down and out as you can get, and I never had them missing the playoffs.
Well, you're smarter than – I mean, you should look at my Twitter. I'm sure you saw some of them too. People are a little crazy out there. When the Yankees start losing, man, I can't even imagine. Like, you guys haven't had like a really bad season since when? And I guess a bad season would be under 500, I guess. When was the last time the Yankees were under 500?
No, that's bullshit. Like, what team celebrates being over 500?
I'm saying that's a really bad season. You guys are spoiled really as Yankee fans.
Yeah.
For
All
sure.
Right. Any other things that are like little things that we need to talk about in the East? The Rays are doing a opener day versus the Nationals,
and they opened yesterday too, Jim. I wonder if they're getting that ready for playoff times.
Yeah, trying to set it up.
I would guess so. The Red Sox and the Marlins. I mean, the Marlins are doing good, but Trevor, like, that doesn't really matter that much either now.
I don't like Peter Fairbanks' face.
Reese Hoskins has like a torn UCL, which is possibly going to require Tommy John surgery, which sucks.
Yeah, that's brutal.
You're just hoping that he's such a good guy. You root for him, even if you don't know him. Like he embodies, like he's just a baseball player, man. Gotta love Reese. So we're hoping that he doesn't have to do it, but if he does, a speedy recovery.
What's going on with the Phillies? I mean, they're
still there.
They're the 7th seed right now. Is anyone coming for them?
Yeah. Yes,
the NL Central is trying to get involved. The Brewers won last night. The Reds won last night. They're trying their damnest. A good 8-5 gets you into the playoffs for almost any NL team.
It's crazy. The Marlins are officially part of the over 500 crew in the NL. So that's great.
That's insane that there's only 5 teams over 500 in the whole entire National League.
Yeah.
And if the Phillies lose today to DeGrom, they drop back down.
Oh, they're 6 then. I didn't see the Phillies. They're 6.
I like you calling them the Sillies.
The Sillies.
Has anyone ever called them that?
Did I just make that up? Trademark?
Nothing new under the sun.
That's good.
Oh, Jim. Positivity today, baby. Come on.
I'm just saying, someone's called them the Sillies before.
You'd like to think so.
We can't act like that hasn't been said. That's how you get people coming after us.
Some drunk guy in Philly.
Jake, what's going on in the Central?
Trev, I responded to your "Are the Yankees good baseball team?" tweet with the "Catch Me Outside" girl. So, I was ready to give you them fists. Speaking of giving out fists, what's that?
You still have a crush on Bad Baby?
Bad Baby, yeah. Danielle Bergoli. Too young to have a crush on. I like what she's about. Speaking of liking what they're about, the Cardinals and the Brewers. Wayno. Me say Wayno. Adam Wainwright's a crazy mofo. He'll be pitching the first game of the doubleheader. Him and Woodruff, both teams hoping their starter goes the distance in the first one. Man, both these teams are scrapping right now. In the second half of that doubleheader, it looks like we're going to go bullpen day for the Cardinals, and then Brett Sutter, who fell off the mound the other day, he's opening. Not sure how far stretched out he is, but a little double dick. Pirates, Reds, JT Brubaker versus Luis Castillo as the Reds go for the 4-game sweep. The Royals and the Tigers, Brady Singer versus Tarek Skubal. I think that'll be a fun pitching matchup in 2 years. Twins and White Sox, our guy Odo. Jake Odorizzi returns to the bump first. Lucas Giolito, wow, the Plouffe Bowl. Wowie, wow, wow, wowie, wow, wow. And the Indians and the Cubs, Aaron Savali, a good paisan from Connecticut, versus John Lester, and that's what's going on in the Central.
Great stuff.
Right?
I'm trying to read up on Molina's hand. If people didn't watch last night, there was a scuffle. It was a crazy game in Milwaukee. Friend of the pod, Jack Flaherty, had a rough outing. Yelich and Braun back-to-back in the first inning against him. And then after the Brewers were up 13-2, I believe, Braun's up, argues a strike call with the umpire and says, this is what the hot mics picked up, Jim. I'm sure you might be doing something on this because it was kind of interesting. He said, no, that's not a strike. Just because Molina gets mad at you, that's not a strike. So Molina took offense to that. The pitch after, or 2 pitches afterwards, Braun has catcher's interference, hits Molina's hand. Had to get x-rays. I believe it's bruised. I didn't see anything that says it's broken. But last night after that, bench is cleared. There's animosity. And as we've talked about on the show, they're facing each other like a zillion times to end the year. So this is something to watch for in tonight's game.
Does any fan base have a weirder relationship with a player than Cardinals fans and Yachty? If there's good comps, I'm legit asking for them.
They do love him.
Love him. They protect him like he's a porcelain little angel.
Schilt said the same thing last night. Like, I'm going to protect the guy. He's earned that. Like, no matter what, I have his back. So you're right.
it's very cultish. Like Cardinals fans are the cult of Yachty. And I'm not knocking like Yachty's like he's pretty cool. His resume is pretty awesome.
Crazy.
But Cardinals fans' relationship with Yachty is it's cultish. You know, it's like True Detective season 1.
I'm not going to say who I'm going to compare that with. I'm not going to say it.
You going Jeets?
I didn't say anything, dude. I want to talk more about
it. Crossed my mind. It crossed my mind.
Probably the closest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys. You go from city to city. There's guys that maybe not as much as Molina.
It's a little different because Jeter was never like instigating fights. Like Yachty instigates fights every other week or arguments or bickering matches. And he's never, ever in the wrong.
When that's your guy, you know, you stand by him. They've been through 17 years of that now. That's their dude. That's their lieutenant.
What's messed up is
at Yankees and A-Rod. And that's, I mean.
Minnesota had Joe Mauer, the guy that can't do anything wrong or mean. And they talked crap about him. All throughout his career, he was earning too much money. All this was ridiculous. So Molina gets protected for sure. What's funny, though, is there were some questions. Did Braun do it on purpose last night?
Do you think you can do that as a hitter? Do you think like on purpose you could reach back and?
There are some guys that do it a lot. Jed Lowry, I think, is a guy that does it a lot. Josh Reddick does it a lot.
Ellsbury was like the lead.
Ellsbury. But this is kind of an interesting stat here. Third time in Molina's career that it's been called on him. Only the third time, and the first since 2006.
Wow.
So it doesn't happen. He's not a guy that reaches out for the ball. But nuts. I've seen Braun take that swing a lot. He's battling. He's got that long ass bat, dude. He uses a 35-inch bat.
Why don't you just text Braun? Be like, yo, did you do it?
I did. I mean, I don't want to go into. I got a text from everybody last night. Okay. There was some animosity. You know, this is
you got guys on both sides of the field there.
Big time.
I talked to him. It was and then I went and looked at it. There's just he didn't do it on purpose, man. Come on. Like I get why people,
Well, I got to make the break. Robbie's already capturing it, and I already captured the other feed. So it's what I'm doing as soon as we're done with this.
Yeah, Braun gets a lot of crap, and a lot of it's he brought upon himself, but he's not going to go out there and try to freaking do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So crazy game.
Crazy game. Anything else in the Central that we need to discuss before we move on?
Twins have been getting their butt kicked by the White Sox. Not a lot of a sense of urgency there. And then you got Giolito going up against Odorizzi tonight. I mean, Twins would like to come back and win a game this series, obviously. But the White Sox look good, man.
Dude, how about the Indians?
Lindor?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they lose. And they're 6 games out of first place now. They were like in the mix a week ago. Yeah. They're 6 games out of first place.
They had the 1 seed.
And then they've lost 7 or 8 in a row now.
Now they're pretty much locked into
they've lost 7 in a row?
They're almost locked into the 7.
They're in the A spot right now, behind Toronto.
And I mean, I would never say this.
They've lost 7 in a row, Trev.
Wow.
I would never say this, but what about a limping into the playoffs Twins team as the 5 seed going to Yankee Stadium? I would never bring something like that up, but
we talked about it on Talkin Yanks.
I'm rooting for that.
I do think that it's a little different with no fans in the stands.
Yeah.
If there's going to be a year where the Twins can climb and overcome
the Yankees crowd
Mount
DJ,
Everest, the Yankees are.
The Yankees crowd DJ, with the bases are loaded, he turns it up.
I'd hope they do that in the playoffs. I hope it's like deafening because that's what it would be like.
Just torturing the players.
That's part of postseason baseball, dude. Like you guys are saying, even strike 1.
Please turn it down. Turn it down.
But I think that's part of the problem that the Twins have had with the Yankees is going into the Yankee Stadium with the crowd, and if there's no crowd there, there's no freaking bleacher creatures yelling obscenities at you. Maybe they set up some microphones or some megaphones out there and just a lot of F-bombs and other stuff that they usually say.
You drove Uber in the off season to make sure you're more financially secure.
In Philly, I heard they're actually going to throw batteries and beer bottles out on the field in the playoffs. You have some interns do it just to make sure it's authentic.
I heard the players were doing it.
Love an atmosphere.
Someone, Josh Osborne said that someone in 2007, someone tried to trademark the Philadelphia Sillies.
Whatever.
I just kidding.
Was his name Plouffe?
Well, I'm gonna go in my time machine and go to 2006.
I got a lot of Cardinals fans like, yeah, we treat him that way because he's a Hall of Famer. Like every team, a lot of teams have future Hall of Famers on them.
I'm not in the chat today. What's up, chat? How are you doing?
What's up, chat?
Aiden Bronska came in and he said, "Who's the mofo in the corner?"
Hey, you be careful with that. We protect Zach at all costs. He has golden pipes.
That's my band mate. Trevor, what's going on in the West Coast?
Full slate of games out west. I don't think there's double headers. I will check to make sure. No, I don't think so. We got the A's in Colorado. Mike Fiers versus Herman Marquez. Is it Fiers or Fears? I always mess that up.
Fiers.
Fiers.
Fiers or Fiers. I forget.
Whatever it is, we'll see what kind of facial hair he comes out with today. You guys know Giancarlo Stanton's not a fan of Mike Fiers, whatever his name is. But Rockies, I don't know what the Rockies are doing, Jake. Sorry. They're just not in it. I do have a homer pick from that game. Dodgers answered last night against the Padres. Dustin May versus Adrian Morejon. And I practiced that name. They don't have the phonetic, what is that? Whatever you call that. I guessed right there. I think I got it right. But another great matchup in that great series. Moving on, we have the Rangers in Houston. Our guy Kyle Gibson versus Lance McCullers Jr. This might have been my what to watch for if I really looked at it more. I love Gibby, and I also have a weird love for Lance McCullers Jr. I don't know why. I don't really like him, but I love him. Weird thing for that. D-backs in Anaheim. Caleb Smith versus Jake's Dylan Bundy in the game that obviously nobody cares about. And rounding things out, Gabe Kapler's Giants up in Seattle. Drew Smiley versus LJ Newsome in a decent pitching matchup. Drew Smiley, huh? He might be in my book. I'm not sure, but that rounds out things out west.
Jake, can I ask you a question about your rocks?
Would love to hear it.
It's no one's what to watch for, right?
No.
What's up?
Well,
are Rockies fans, are they like A's fans where they just kind of accept this and they're like, well, we can't spend money. We don't do moves. We're a small market. Or are they actually upset that this is bullshit?
I think they hate their owner after everything that happened during the Corona times because he was the leader of everything bad, basically.
Oh, wow. Allegedly.
I mean, they paid a couple guys. They paid Arenado. They've paid Blackman. Their biggest mistake was paying Daniel Murphy. He was supposed to be like their acquisition. Dude, they like their young core. I mean, they've got Arenado and Story and Blackman. Like they've got a crew. And again, they're part of this NL shit show that's saying, "Hey, let's finish the year 8-5. It's the race to 30, and then you're in the playoffs." Them and the Brewers have the same record. The Cincinnati's a game up on those teams. San Francisco is currently the 8th seed at 23-24. So literally, all of those teams are saying, "Let's just get They don't even have to get hot. If you win a couple series, all of those teams get to make the playoffs."
They were supposed to like be good. They're 2 years in a row now.
I mean, Jim, if they have a good final week of the season, they're the 7th seed. So that's what they're saying. If they're
supposed to be better than that. They're supposed to be good.
They weren't supposed to be better than the Dodgers, and then the Padres are the breakout team in baseball this year.
I think that's really tough for them to see the Padres.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, there's
I don't know
no
what
denying
the record
that.
for the Padres has been, but I bet you it's not good.
But I mean, I don't think any of us were super high on the Rockies coming into the season. I was the highest on the Rockies, and I was saying if everything goes well, they could be that team competing for a wild card, and in theory, they're there. If the Giants finish above them, I mean, it's a complete and utter disaster. I think the Padres, you give them credit, they're young, they're really good. If the Giants, who are supposed to be tanking, finish above the Rockies, then I think Nolan hits the get out of town button, and that's full reset.
All right. They're supposed to be like
Padres this year. They are 6-3-7. So Padres just came and took them and beat them this year.
Got him. Hey, isn't it crazy that like 3 teams only have 10 games left? And then there's some teams that have 15 games left, and then the Cardinals have 17 games left.
Double headers, man. I don't care how your roster's set up, how many people you can bring. That's exhausting. And I think when we look back at like who got screwed by Corona, it's obviously the Cardinals. Like, this is going to take a toll on them, and we're going to be like, this is a good team. And they sat out for almost 2 weeks at the beginning of the year. Couldn't do anything. We had one of their best pitchers in the game throwing a ball against a mattress in a hotel room to get ready to pitch in the big leagues. It's a shitty situation for them.
Well, they are done after this week. So they got 2 today, 2 Friday, and then they have like a week and a half before the playoffs where they can find balance, I guess.
Huge game 1 today. Wayno Woodruff. Brewers trying to get back into the season. Cardinals hoping to hold everything together.
We'll see if there's any spillover from the ruckus last night. I hope not. But dude,
animosity.
Molina's back there saying,
all right,
do something.
Jake, you're what to watch for is Dylan Bundy. What's going on there?
Dylan Bundy, he is going for the Cy Young. No, he's not my what to watch for because nobody should have to watch the Angels play baseball, especially against the Diamondbacks. My what to watch for, West Coast Jake today, is the Dodgers and the Padres. Hey, it's the 4 p.m. Eastern game, so watch that anyways. B, these teams split the first 2 games, and, in San Diego, the battle for the West Coast. More importantly, we got the M&M boys on the mound. Dustin May versus Adrian Morejon. Couple young guys that can twirl the pill a little bit. And I do think this is a big game, because if the Dodgers win today, they go back up to 2.5 game lead. That's going to be a tough margin for the Padres to make up in the final 10 games or whatever it is. If the Padres win today, it goes to 1.5, which, is very doable. Or excuse me, if the Dodgers win today, it goes to 3.5. I did some bad turkey math there. It's 2.5 right now. Dodgers win, 3.5, it's over. The Dodgers win. If the Padres win, it's 1.5, and it's kind of game on the rest of the year. So, a lot of eyes on that series. I think it might have been a what to watch for every day, but for good reason. 2 of the best teams in baseball.
A lot of fun. There's an animosity between these 2 teams too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the cheering, hearing the opposing team cheer as loud as you can hear them right now. Like, I don't know if you saw the bad plays Muncy made the other night. Did you guys see that? Ball to Muncy, doesn't know to come home, goes to first.
Double
and
play ball.
Profar slides. And usually the groan of the crowd or the cheering of the fans drowns out everything. And I think, you deal with that and you're probably used to it. The Padres, like, whooping it up after Muncy does that has to sting so much more. It's just such a different element. And then with the Grisham stuff, I mean, that series is fun. The Padres are just fun, man. Do you see their dugout? You see their dugout.
I don't
when that
see
happened,
that.
like Paddock and Clev and Profar and then Tatis jumping out. Like it was just like holy smokes. That's
The one thing I don't like, and I'm for people celebrating and having a good time with the team. I hate when guys come out of the dugout. Stay in the fucking dugout.
Okay.
Like we talk about the fine line between showing somebody up and then celebrating with your team. Get out of the field of play, dude.
You're allowed one dugout lever per team.
There's always one guy. For sure, there's always one guy.
I think you're allowed one.
That's a good rule.
That's like the team's hype man.
That's a good rule.
Like
he's usually a bench player.
That's who it should be because that's what he's doing. Everyone else got to stay focused. I think each team's allowed one rail jumper. Everyone else, like if you see him jump, shit, I got to stay back. He jumped.
I don't even like the one. Stay in the dugout, dude, because that's the fine line between showing somebody up and then celebrating with your team.
I think they have to have something in their hand, like a towel, or a jersey. They can't just be like fist pumping. Like it's got to be.
See, I hate that guy.
You'll never keep me in the dugout. I am that guy.
I was never. Yeah. Profar actually on that play made a horrible base running play, and Muncy just made a worse defensive play. Like,
well, it was a really nice slide to fix it at the end. But yeah, it was
just a bad play, like bad baseball play.
You see, Fisher yesterday, Thomas for
oh my god,
like there's quality of the fundamentals has been awful this season.
Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher. People want me to do a breakdown about that, Jake. I will not. I mean, it's sad.
Yeah, it crossed the line pretty quickly last night between. Oh no.
You know what?
Oyo basically gave a big fuck you to Shun Yamaguchi and to Derek Fisher last night.
Yeah.
And was like, don't care about you at all.
You think I can't blow your day? Watch this.
It's just like inhumane treatment of players.
About the fundamentals thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far into this because we're trying to get going, but with the shifts, with teams trying to exploit platoon advantages, a lot of guys are out of position. It's a weird thing, man. You grow up your entire life playing a position and where you're supposed to play. Then you get out of position with the shifts and playing a different position. It's weird.
Did you see that's kind of end of the game though, Trav? The end of the game with Fisher was really sad.
I didn't see
it went from he's not a great right fielder and he botched some easy plays to legit going through shit.
His career changed last night.
He wouldn't charge balls. Like any ball hit to right field, he let drop and tried to corral it instead of trying to catch it. And then he missed the corral twice as well.
Yeah.
Like he let it bounce in front of him because he was so scared to catch it, and then he didn't stop. It was very sad. It was beyond like laughing at a blooper reel.
I thought Trent Grisham was going to be that way after what he did in the wild card game last year, but he's turned it on, man. He's had a great year.
Great year.
Trev, what's your what to watch for? Jake.
My what to watch for. What's that?
I was just telling Jake that he had a great what to watch for.
Oh, shit. Mine's not that good.
Well,
I'm going with a great pitching matchup. Two former teammates, Phillies, Mets, Jacob deGrom, Zach Wheeler. This is the first time they'll be facing each other. Almost $300 million out there on the pitching mound today for these two teams. Wheeler's been great, 4-0 with a 2.47. He's faced the Mets twice. No decision on the 7th, and he got the W early in August. And deGrom has faced the Phillies once and pitched 7 innings, 1 earned run, because that's what Jacob deGrom does. He's obviously been great, 4-1 with a 1.67. But I always think it's cool when, these guys spend a lot of time together. As a starter, when you two are on the bench, you're going to be talking a lot of baseball. They know exactly how they're going to attack each other's opposing team. And I think it's going to be cool to see them kind of go to battle. And it's also a huge game for the Phillies. They're in the 7th seed right now. They need to be able to win games like this, even against deGrom. And I think they're going to be leaning on a guy like Bryce Harper, who has had some success against him. And they paid Bryce a lot of money to carry this team. And with all the injuries they've had, it's time for Bryce to go, get it done, And I'm excited to see, like, can he step up, continue his success against Jacob deGrom, and kind of lead the Phils here, because the Mets are out of it, but the Phillies are still battling, and they're going to need Wheeler and Harper to step up, because obviously deGrom is deGrom.
DeGrom is DeGrom, and what you mean by that is he hasn't allowed 3 earned runs all season.
No. That's pretty standard for him. He's on a different level than everybody else.
Trev, how do you? I'm trying to think. In the Central, I think we usually come back to those Tigers teams. You had Prime Verlander. I mean, if you're in the dugout sometimes before that game, are you guys like, damn, like today's just going to be a bad day?
No, you never think that way. You try to. If I'm facing a guy like deGrom or a Prime Verlander or something like that, you just try to plan. Guessing doesn't work against those guys. Like, you got to go have a plan. Say, I'm going to go for Verlander. I'm going to go attack him early. I don't want to get behind. I don't want to see that big old curveball. I don't want to see that high fastball. A guy like me, he's going to try to get ahead of me. I'm going to go swing early against him. I'd have the same exact plan against deGrom. Like, dude, I don't want to get that wipeout slider. I know he's going to throw me at least one fastball. He probably doesn't think much of me as a hitter. It's probably going to be on a 4-spot away. Let's go attack that. Maybe I get up on the plate a little bit more, but you have to do something different against these guys. Unless, like, there's certain guys like Kluber, who is a stud. I just got hits against him. But if you're a guy that struggles against deGrom, you just every day you're looking for an edge, like something that's going to like give you a chance. Because if you don't have that, you're going to be 0 for 3 with 3 Ks.
Live there. Oh. Hey, Mets. 9-3 gets you to 30 wins. That's all I'm saying.
They're gone, dude. They're gone.
Get hot. Miracle Mets.
Great job, Jacob deGrom this year. Great job, Brody Van Wagenen, for talking shit about Rob Manfred, and that's about it.
Yeah. Dom Smith had a nice season.
Jim, what are you watching? Dom Smith having a real nice year.
Cole Hamels. Braves need pitching help. They're the 1 seed. They're supposed to be doing big things. Now you need a lot of pitching to get to the World Series, and the Braves aren't a team that are just happy to make it to the DS. Like, they want to get to the World Series, and now you need a lot of pitching, and they don't have a lot of pitching or any, really. Cole Hamels makes his return. He hasn't pitched in a long time. They need to see some promise out of him tonight. Like, they need to see a sparkle. You know, it doesn't need to be amazing. Like, stay healthy, Cole, and like look like a competent Cole Hamels. And I think Braves fans will be like, great, step 1 done. Next start, let's get results. So I think Braves fans are cautiously happy that they're getting Hamels back. So see what he looks like.
I want to give a little non-baseball love to Cole Hamels. I got to share a clubhouse with him in spring training of fucking something. One of those years. And I don't know if Braves fans know this, but he's a great guy. And one of the cool things he did, he had a home in Dallas. Big $9 million freaking mansion.
Ooh.
Didn't need it anymore. And instead of selling it, getting a profit, you know what he did with it? He donated it to a charity that will provide camps for people with special needs. It's the kind of guy you're getting. So you got to root for this guy, no matter if you're a Braves fan or what. Like, that's just a really cool thing to do. And sometimes you got to highlight those things, man. Like, they're baseball players are people too. Obviously, Cole's made a ton of money, but it's still cool to do that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's good to be good.
I won't say more importantly, but he's also a good-looking guy. A lot of people saying that in the chat. But what you said is pretty good too. And yeah, Jim, I kind of like what you started with there. If Cole goes like 4 innings, 1 earned run, like maybe just take him out then and say like, hey,
Build on that.
we're good. Don't risk.
Oh, even if he goes like 6 innings, 4 earned runs, who cares?
Yeah.
They literally just need arms.
Yeah.
Like, he can start looking sharp in his next 2 starts. Just make it through this one.
I love to do this. Since 2013, 20 a year, over 20 a year.
Yeah.
Close to 200 million in career earnings. My God.
Nice little career.
Pretty nice. The Periscope chat is, we first got Talk Yankees.
Mm.
Then we got a Talk White Sox.
Yeah.
Then your Patreons must be Cub fans or really hate the White Sox. I don't know what
It's a lot.
what that means. The Periscope chat's being weird.
But I know what everybody wants.
Homer
draft. It's the Homer draft.
This show isn't Patreon only. And
No.
You guys are watching it on Periscope. Weirdos. Anyway.
Bugs only. That's the only rule.
It is bugs only. 23 home runs for Jake, 23 home runs for Trev, 17 for myself. Either today or tomorrow is a whammy day. So,
Zach?
Zach just made me really nervous.
What's funny is we should have him say it right now because we can't change our picks.
no, but I can still double.
Ooh, okay. Well, are you going to double?
I kind of want to double,
Oh,
but I don't because I it's either today or tomorrow's whammy day. So I'm going to save my double until the whammy. I cannot double whammy myself.
What
And
if
what's
he
the point?
No double.
saves whammy day for last day of the season? Jim,
Got it mapped out already, Jake.
I think you've got a nice little theme today, Jim.
Ex-Marlins?
Ex-Marlin MVPs.
Yeah, I'm taking Stanton and Yelich. Yelich homered yesterday. He's been having a rough season. He wants to homer again. And then if he gets one, there's a double header, so I can hopefully roll that. And then Stanton hit the ball hard yesterday twice. I think he had a ground ball that had an expected batting average of 380, and then a line drive right at the shortstop that was expected batting average of 2,473. So I think Stan's going to probably just rock one today. Roark. I mean, Roark.
Meat.
Yeah. He looks like the kind of guy that a guy like Stanton avoids in social settings.
Oh.
Roark looks more like me.
Yeah, Stanton is hanging out with only beautiful people.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a glamour squad only. Roark's very down to earth.
I really wish I would have.
Stan isn't playing today.
Stan isn't playing today, so
I'll take Judge.
bang. First game back, Judge.
Wow. How come nobody takes Voit?
Theme out the window.
He just hits homers every day.
Well, I think I've already taken him. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
And when Jake takes Voit, he doesn't homer. I mean, I take Voit,
Yeah.
I took Voit yesterday in the Yankees homer draft. I got 2 points.
Yeah.
I'm doing great over in that one.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Trevor.
First place Trez, what they call me. I kind of want to change my pick, but just in case today's a whammy day, I'm not going to. Franmil Reyes has absolutely demolished Lester in his career. 7 at bats. He's hitting .714 with a homer. I did not pick him. I picked Jose Ramirez, who is 1 for 9 with no homers against Lester, but that's okay. He's having a great year. Homers are a thing that he does quite often, so I'll take Jose Ramirez. And the other guy that I took was Nolan Arenado, my uglier version doppelganger, because I was going to pick somebody else, but I'd already picked him. So I'm going Arenado. I don't know the stats on that either. I'm kind of just throwing it out there because that's what you do when you're in first place. You trust your gut.
You're tied for first place. What's the tiebreaker? Most recent homer? Wow, currently Trev's in first place. Damn.
Thank you, Jim.
Longest hug they've ever had. Great picks, Trev. You basically said you didn't want either one of your guys, so good luck on that.
It is Miami Day.
I'm in a little bit of a slump, guys. I got the Pollock double up, but otherwise I've been struggling. So
Yeah. Since September 7th, you've been the worst.
yeah, I haven't been good. Tied with you, right?
Well, I have 2 guys that hit home runs. You only have 1. So it depends. It's a count.
Yeah, it's a counting thing. Anyways, I'm taking 2 friends because you got to lean on your friends in these tough times. And if you remember from my What to Watch For, I went with the M&M boys. I'm going M&M again. I'm going Moose Tacos. Mike Moustakis against JT Brubaker and the Pirates. Pirates, worst team in baseball. Moose, got to get that batting average up for Trevor's bet, so you might as well go yard when you're doing it.
No.
And
What would
then
you rather eat, a moose taco or a rat pie?
Moose Taco. Moose Taco could probably be pretty good.
Moose is still alive.
Tacos are probably a thing.
Oh, the moose was still alive, Trevor. So
I'd eat it. I mean, it's
Okay.
like that's gonna be hard. It's like a little baby moose that you shrunk. Like you
A
shrunk the
rat
moose
pie is
into
just
a
a
taco.
pie shaped like a rat.
And then in a game that just kicked off, I'm taking Austin Meadows. They're facing Voth for Nats, who has been terrible. And Austin Meadows a friend, and he's good, and he's going to get hot before the postseason and scare me. So DHing today, leading off. So expect that homer to happen in a minute.
Zach.
And expect that to happen any minute.
Jimmy, you have Judge instead of Stanton, right?
Yeah, because I don't think Stan's playing today.
Okay. And you're not doubling.
I'm not doubling because it's whammy day. 2-0 count from Jake's Fairbanks to Trey Turner.
Zach, is it whammy day? Oh, my God.
I don't know what that means.
I think it's whammy day.
So the first sound effect I played as a joke.
You stole my whammy effect.
Yeah.
Not only did you spoil whammy day
Wow.
and stole the thunder.
Well, sorry, Zach. If I did
Whammy day?
Yes,
Whammy day.
Yeah. I didn't think it was actually whammy day, so I played a fake whammy sound on my
I mean,
and then it was.
when you say every day that it's whammy day, eventually it's going to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I said there tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, Jim, you should have just not told anybody that Stanton wasn't going to play. Then you could have just avoided the whammy day.
Yeah.
That's true because I
Oh.
do
You're a man
think
of honor, though.
Judge Homer's in his first at bat all the time.
Oh, Meadows and Moose.
And Yelich is going to go off. He has to. No, the
I actually
math says
didn't
he's gonna go off.
believe in that. I didn't believe in that.
Now
pick.
Trev's terrible picks kind of look good, although I love Jose Ramirez. He might go from both sides of the plate today.
Lester is just going to chew him up with cutters inside. Arenado's probably going to take fires or fears deep because Arenado's just way cooler than him. And sometimes that's all that matters.
You guys want to see my crazy setup?
Whammy day. Wow.
Can't even get it over there.
It looks like a air conditioning hose.
Air conditioner
I have
and a screen. Soundboard.
This isn't working.
I mean, you're just trying to show me Fairbanks at this point, and that's it's kind of messed up.
No. Because I'm working from home now. The only TV we have is like a 50-inch TV. So my desk is a 50-inch screen, like a foot from my face. I've never watched baseball so up close. But I couldn't turn my thing enough to show you guys. Anyway, Jimmy's dumb prop bet of the day. We got what happened yesterday?
Brett Anderson. Let's see how many batters he faced.
Trey Turner got a hit. Just to let everyone know.
Up the middle.
Brett Anderson faced, oh God,
I hate you, Fairbanks.
25 batters. There's no way Tyler Anderson matched that. In fact, I don't even know what team Tyler Anderson plays for. So
The G-Men.
Giant.
Did they even play
Giant.
yesterday? Did that game get canceled because of smoke?
now I need to look at that game.
Sometimes I get
25 for Brett Anderson, and I still cannot find that game.
Yeah, they got postponed.
Oh. So wash.
It's a watch.
Well, is Tyler Anderson pitching today? What's the rules on that? Does it carry over?
I'd allow that if you boys want it, but Brett Anderson big
I don't
dicking around yesterday.
I don't want that. 25 batters is a lot.
So you just take the loss, Trev? I mean, what's the harm?
We don't. We just wash.
I'll
it.
give you the push. I mean,
Oh, you want to push?
The
Okay.
the environment's changed.
Sure, push.
He is
Literally.
also not pitching today. I don't know what happened. So I don't know how. I mean, whatever. We can keep the bet, but he's not pitching. So
No. It's a wash.
They've got him listed, but it's done. What's
they
today's
do.
DP? Yeah, I've got him versus Marge Vicious.
Is there a doubleheader today?
I don't know.
I don't have the.
Cardinals Brewers doubleheader.
Okay, we're lost.
And then the Giants Mariners, if they canceled yesterday, you'd guess it's a doubleheader today.
They don't have a doubleheader today. Maybe
Don't
tomorrow.
have a doubleheader today.
Runs
Runs.
in the Royals Tigers game versus strikeouts in the Mets Phillies game. But I think that's easy strikeouts, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll do strikeouts in the Giolito Odorizzi game versus runs in the Royals Tigers game.
I'll take runs.
You
Whoa.
don't have
A
any faith in
complete
your
game or
boy.
just starters?
Just starters.
Just starters.
I'll go with the pitchers.
Odo and Giolito.
Odo and Gio.
All right, I'll take the runs. Even though Brady Singer might be coming on a show soon.
What?
Mm.
Oh, a little teaser. What's the over/under in the Tigers game?
Probably 9.5, something like that.
Think so? All right. Tigers. It's 9. Ooh. Odorizzi, I mean, he's not striking out anyone lately. He's just getting back. And Giolito, I think strikeouts is the favorite.
Yeah, 100% is.
Okay, strikeouts is giving runs 1.5 as a spread.
I'm taking runs.
Pitchers.
I'm taking strikeouts.
Huge.
Was that like a 2-hour pregame show?
Yes.
Was it?
Around an hour.
Close to an hour.
Holy shit.
Well, 3 remotes.
We
See
got
ya.
a little rambly. Thanks, everyone.